Hello, welcome to Train Sim World 5. As you can see, I've already loaded up timetable service. This is the first of Devious Diesel at the West Somerset Railway. Continuing with the Thomas stuff. Today, we are driving Diesel on a freight demonstration service to Minehead on his first run on the West Somerset Railway. Well, not exactly his first run because, well, he was doing some runs when in story mode. This is his first official run, shall we say. So, here we are, waiting at Norton Fitzwarren. Yeah, Norton Fitzwarren. That's our train. 10 wagons, or 9 wagons and a brake van, plus diesel. And we are calling at Bishop's Lydiard, Willerton, Minehead. That shouldn't take too long. I hit the wrong thing then, that's what I wanted. Let's... I want this side, because I can see the whistle boards. Off we go! Through the cloud of thick black oily smoke. First stop, Bishop's Lydiard, where we collect the token. Signal for that is green. And we leave Norton Fitzwarren. I don't know whether I've said this before. Diesel is based on a Class 09. There were a few shunters designed like this. The Class 08, Class 09, Class 10, Class 11, Class 12, and sort of the Class 13. Class 08 was geared to run at a maximum of about 12 miles an hour. Class 09 was geared to run at up to 25 miles an hour. Class 10 was slightly different bodywork. Class 11 was the LMS or War Department shunters that were first introduced in the 1940s. Class 12 were the Southern Region or Southern Railway ones with the bullied box wheels. And then the Class 13 was the double one that was used at Tinsley Yard, Master and Slave. The Slave didn't have a cab. That would make a fantastic model either in train sim or model railway stuff. Though a Class 10 and a Class 12 would also be nice. I think the Class 10 was the Great Western one. Not sure. Anyway, Diesel was a Class 09. Hence why you can go a bit quicker than average for a shunter. And all of these shunters were nicknamed Gronks because of the sound they made when idling. Diesel doesn't make that sound, but the real life things, when they were idling, sounded like they were saying gronk, 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 gronk. And strangely enough, they are quite a popular shunter. Partly because of the sound they make, but also because of their design. Right, 1.2 miles. I am keeping an eye out for the whistle boards, because I don't want to miss them. I want to try and drive as realistically as possible, even though you can't do realistic driving with Thomas and Diesel, because it's basically throttle on, throttle off, brake on, brake off, that's it. Whereas trying to do it real life, or expert mode, which I haven't started yet. I will do an expert mode one. But expert mode, you've got to manage speed. You don't have any of the displays up either, so it's driving a lot more realistically. As I said, you don't do that with Thomas and Diesel. If I wanted to do expert mode, I'd have to do one of the real life trains and concentrate on the speedo. Might try and do it with a steam engine. But not on this line. Some European trains have got digital speedos, so I could probably do that. Or the Bernina line, which has the cruise control. Right, need to start slowing down. 10 miles an hour into Bishop's Lydeard. And we have to stop in there anyway, so... slowing down at the right rate is more realistic than suddenly applying the brake. Trying to stay as close to 10 miles an hour before we get to the station, because we're still going uphill at the moment. There's the 10 mile an hour speed limit. There's the water tank, and just beyond it the water crane. So you could actually run steam engines on this route and replenish the tenders. Be interesting to do, actually. Right. We definitely have to stop, because the signal just beyond the station is red. Is the signal box on that side? Yes. So, signalman will have crossed over to give us the token. At least it's actually saying that you need the token. Some simulators wouldn't say you need to get a token. Stop. Ooh, we've got a green. Or a It's green, not yellow. Look, there's no yellow aspect on that. Off to... Oh, Williton. Via Crocombe Heathfield and Stagumber. Next signal is red. That's the advanced starter. So basically, I've got to stop before I get to that signal. Obviously, we're following Thomas. Let's see. Where's the signal? Can't go past it. Oh, it's clear. It's cleared. So I can accelerate. Thomas must be in Crocombe Heathfield. So I can accelerate. So that's now clear. There's the signal going back up, and it's got a little bit of signal arm bounce. Need to be on this side for the whistle boards. Nice that we've actually got signals to obey, and Diesel will have to stop a few times maybe. I don't know what the signal will be like at Crocombe Heathfield. Possibly yellow on the signal display at the top, not in real, not on the actual signal, because the signal can only show red and green, being a home signal. Got the home signal for entering the station, starter signals at platform ends, and advanced starter for entering the section. The ones that show yellow are the distance signals. They're the ones with the yellow arms. You don't get them at stations. Not unless you've got a colour light signal when you get the 3 aspect. Though most modern ones are 2 aspect, with the red and green also having yellow LEDs. The next signal's red. I think it will clear before I get there. It means that Thomas is in Crocombe Heathfield station, and I'm going to have to wait at Crocombe Heathfield for Thomas to get to Williton. I think. Oh well. As long as I stay the correct side of signals, if I have to stop, I'll be okay. Got 2.1 miles before a 20-mile-an-hour speed limit, and then Come on, Diesel, get a bit of speed up. Yeah, it's cleared to yellow, so Thomas is in section between Crocombe Heathfield and Willerton. I know it's Thomas because you can't run anything else on the Thomas timetables. Thomas or Diesel timetables for that matter. So I'm keeping an eye out for the whistle boards. Not seen any since that one when I swapped sides. I'm also trying to make it so I'm keeping up the speed without speeding. It's really hard with when you have to press the throttle to keep the speed up. But if you press it too long, you'll be speeding. Right. 1.2 miles to the home signal for Crocombe Heathfield. Still showing yellow, which means Thomas is in the Crocombe Heathfield to Willerton section. I think I'll be stopping at Crocombe Heathfield. Oh well. Gives me a chance to relax, I suppose. The speed limit has just appeared in the signal display panel. Yeah, the signal after Crocombe Heathfield is red. I'm going to have to stop. Just make sure I'm going slow enough that I don't go past the signal, because it'll be a bit naughty. I'm surprised that it's still showing as red when Thomas should have got past the advanced starter by now. Not sure. Okay. I'm going to start slowing down more noticeably. There's the signal and the 20... No, that's the fixed distance. If I go at about 10 miles an hour through the platform, I should stop safely. this bumping that the locos do when you apply the throttle or reverse mode is the only downside to the Thomas characters, really. Swap to this side so I can see the signal. But while I've got the big display at the top right, I want to be able to see the signal itself. Which is more realistic. Okay. Currently the signal's hidden behind the big stop hand. There we go, I can see the signal. Showing red. And stop. We've just got to wait now. So while I'm waiting, I'll get a screenshot of Diesel with his train. Let's see where Thomas actually is. There's Willerton. There's Thomas. Oh, yeah, Thomas is in Stagumber. So we've got quite a wait. Let's have a look at the brake van. Can't actually go inside, but that's better. Safety bar doesn't need to be up. Can't see what's in the wagons. Have to go back into the cab. And then do that. The wagons are empty. Troublesome trucks. We're going to be sitting here for some time, unfortunately. So I'm going to basically cut out the bit where I'm waiting. So see you in a few minutes. Right, that was good timing. I've been watching Thomas, so I knew exactly where he was. Off we go. Next stop, Willerton. This is a long section without a signal. do have to keep an eye out for the 2 automatic level crossings. The whistle board is on this side, I believe. I will cut any time that I have to stop, as I did with that. Otherwise we're just sitting around doing nothing for ages. That was nearly 10 minutes of sitting around, which would have been rather boring. Oop. Didn't see the whistle sign for that. Must have been on the other side. There's the one. It's on this. Ooh, we're speeding. Diesel, slow down. Over the crossing. Still speeding up, and I don't know why. Must be going downhill. It's the first time I've actually done any speeding with any of these engines. Either of these engines, I should say. Right. Whistle board will be on this side. Diesel, you're speeding up again. I know you're a naughty engine, but please don't speed. Over the road. You're speeding up still, Diesel. Slow down. Thank you. Still speeding up. You're down to about 22. Gives me time to do the whistle. Something I want to do is get a shot going over the level crossing, if I can. There we go. Go back into that view. Keep an eye out for other whistle boards. Got 4.1 miles before we have to stop at Willerton. I don't know what the signal is. Thomas should just about be leaving Willerton now. We have to go past Stagumber without stopping. And then stop at Willerton for however long. Thomas has to stop at Watchet and Washford, so we will have to stop at Willerton or at the advanced starter. Then we should get a pretty clear run from there to Minehead, because Thomas will have got through the last section from Blue Anchor to Minehead a lot faster than it will take us to go from Williton to Blue Anchor. We may have to stop at Blue Anchor, but we won't be anywhere near as long as we just stopped at Crocombe Heathfield. I'm trying to maintain the right speed. I know that I can go up to 27 without it classing me as speeding, but I'd rather not. There's a whistle board. That's the crossing for Stagumber, which we just go straight through. Bye bye. Just going straight through. Don't mind us. Oh, are we still speeding up, or are we now slowing down? So I think we're going uphill now. No, we're still going downhill. It's really difficult trying not to speed on this. There we go. Drop down to 22. And then as soon as I let go of the brake, we start speeding up again. It's difficult. Something I'd like to do is drive Thomas or Diesel on a main line. Say West Coast main line from London to Milton Keynes. See how fast I can actually get them up to. That'd be quite fun, I think. I'd need to do a scenario for that though. Oh, we're staying at 22. Looks like we're on the level. No, we're still going downhill slightly. If I do a scenario on West Coast Main Line with either Thomas or Diesel, it'll just be for testing speed. There won't be any other services. It'll just be whichever loco, non-stop, London to Milton Keynes, or Milton Keynes to London, depending on how I feel. I could do it on the East Coast, which is flatter. In fact, I might do that. East Coast Main Line, Peterborough to Doncaster, or Doncaster to Peterborough. That would be an interesting speed run. I don't think Diesel and Thomas will get to 120 miles an hour. But the line speed is. I mean, Flying Scotsman can only get up to 75 officially. So Thomas and Diesel with their basic controls probably won't do that. I might try it before Transim World 6 comes out. And then video the result. the moment I don't know. Oh, next signal's green. So that's good. We should be able to keep going, apart from stopping at Willerton. We should be able to keep going after Willerton and not worry about a red signal. We shall see. Nice bridge. And another nice bridge. .4 miles to Willerton. And we're slowing down. Now going uphill. I don't know what the signals will be like in Wellington proper, because there's the home signal. I'm speeding up again. Which is the one that's green. Then we've got the starter and advanced starter. I think the advanced starter will be red. Yes. It looks like the starter's going to be red. I missed a whistle board. It was on the wrong side. Need to start slowing down a bit. I don't want to be speeding as I go into Willerton. Are we slowing down now? Or are we still speeding up? Let's see. Doesn't look like we're slowing down. I'm trying to drive without using the controller as much as possible. Yeah, the signal at Willerton is red, so we will have to wait, and I will do the same as I did at Crockham Heathfield and cut out the wait. Before I do that, I will show where Thomas is. Should be between Watchet and Washford, I'm guessing. Maybe between Washford and Blue Anchor. We'll see what the signal does. If it goes yellow, then I know that the advanced starter is red. Slow down. There's a level crossing immediately after this overbridge, which is why I sounded the horn. And we have to stop in Willerton Station anyway. Weird, there's a road bridge and a level crossing. Just shows that the road bridge was put in after the level crossing. Right, creep forward. Don't want to stop short. I can see the signal. And stop. That'll do. We can proceed to the advanced starter. We don't want to be speeding because it's still showing red. I have a feeling by the time I reach it, it'll go yellow. Clear. It's a red or green, that's all it can show. I don't know why they say it's yellow. Yeah. I don't think it'll change. It's going to be a case of going to the advanced starter and stopping. And then looking where Thomas is. If he's close to Blue Anchor, then I won't pause the recording. If he is a fair distance from Blue Anchor, then I will pause recording until he's nearly there. Right, where's that signal? Hidden behind the tree. I want to be able to see the signal. There it is. Right. We need to stop. Just here. Thank you, Diesel. And now right there was that. Where he is. No, he's not at Watch It. We've got to wait. Okay. I will return in a few minutes. Thomas is nearly at Blue Anchor now, so should be getting the signal fairly soon. Then we can make our way to Minehead. We'll probably have to stop briefly at Blue Anchor, but nowhere near as long as the 10 plus minutes I've been waiting here. Cutting out the come on, cutting out the wait should help viewing time. Come on, Thomas, where are you? We've got to go 7.2 miles that away. There's the signal. Off we go. .2 miles to Minehead. We have got a 15 mile an hour speed restriction at Donisford Holt, which I've never had to stop at for any trains. I'm going to go this side. I can see the platforms for the 3 stations that are through here that way. Donisford Holt, Watch It, Washford. Going uphill slightly, but I'm not worried about speed. So I want to be down at 15 by the time I get to the 15 mile an hour speed limit. Which is just round this bend. Now go down to 15. There's Donisford Holt with its pagoda waiting shelter on it. Fortunately, I don't have to stop. I've not had any trains on anything, either Thomas or the default for this route stop there, be that scenario or timetable, though I've not actually done the timetable on this route with the default engines. Probably should, really. Right, we can start accelerating soon. Go back this side because the light's on this side. I will swap again before we get to watch it, which is a 10 mile an hour speed limit. Mainly because there's level crossing, then the station, then the bridge, then it's up to 20. Okay, we should be able to go up to 25 shortly. Here we go. Wake everyone up in the caravans. Well, static caravans. That's if they had a heavy night, because they wouldn't be in bed at this time. If they'd been if they hadn't been drinking, I was trying to think what I was going to say then. Okay, I'm going to have to start slowing down again for the 10. Need to be on this side. That was the whistle board. So slow down to 10. There's the 10. And this is watch it. Nice little village on the coast of the Bristol Channel. It's got a station. Ooh, look how close Diesel is to the platform edge. You wouldn't get a Great Western King through here. They are the widest steam loco in the UK. I'd love to see one on the main line, but wouldn't get one through where I live. If I wanted to see that, and there was one mainline certified, I'd have to go down to London area, Paddington to Penzance mainly. They did run the Birmingham trains. That's nice. That's how you spell watch it. Once we are fully into the 20, I can accelerate up to 20. We'll be going downhill again shortly. There we go. Up to 20. Oh, sorry. Couldn't have burping then. Up to 20. While we go around this bend. I know there's a whistle sign along here somewhere. I can't remember where. I'll swap sides. When I'm going on the left-hand bend, which is here. There's an underbridge. I really would like to go and visit the West Somerset Railway. I'm not sure how easy it would be for me to get there, with me not driving and having to rely on trains. But it is a line I'd love to visit at some point. There's the 20 for the other direction, so we'll be able to go up to 25 shortly. Now. Yes, we do have to drop back down to 20 for a couple of tight bends after this straight, but it's nice to be able to get a bit of speed up. I think Thomas will arrive at Minehead at roughly when we arrive at Blue Anchor. So shouldn't have the wait at Blue Anchor that I just had at both Crocombe Heathfield and Willerton. It's nice that there are 3 passing places on the West Somerset Railway, so you can have multiple trains on the service running at a time. You can have 5 or 6 services, my guess. There we go, back up to 25. We'll be going through Washford. It's not got a speed restriction as far as I remember. Soon find out. We've got 5.5 miles before we get to Minehead. Must admit, it's been different driving diesel. Doing the non-stop, effectively. A full length line run with diesel is different to doing it with Thomas. Thomas tends to only have Annie and Clarabelle. I do know that next week's video Diesel will have Diesel will have Annie and Clarabelle next week. Because we get to see Diesel's side of Annie and Clarabelle being stolen to go down to watch it. Which is this station we're about to approach. And he hides at watch it. Where, I can't remember. It might be Blue Anchor where he leaves Annie and Clarabelle. And then hides at watch it. Not watch it, Washford. It's been some time since I did that. Quite a few weeks. So I can't remember. All I know is Diesel is hiding at this next station. Which is just here, which is Washford. Where there are a few troublesome trucks. Grand total of 3 by the look of it. Hello. No speed limit. Oh, we've got a yellow for Blue Anchor. 2.1 miles to Blue Anchor, which is a 10-mile-an-hour speed limit, and 5.3 miles to Minehead. So from Blue Anchor to Minehead it's about 3 miles. Because that yellow is the home signal before the station. I remembered the whistle, or horn, on Diesel. Must admit, Diesel could really do with his exhaust cleaning. Always gives out a load of black smoke when he pulls away. Right, we've got a nice straight section after this bend. Before we get to Blue Anchor. Then from Blue Anchor to Dunster there's a slight curve. Then Dunster to Minehead is dead straight for about a mile. A mile to a mile and a quarter, I think it is. And then we go into the down platform, which is the left hand side of Minehead platform. It's a two-sided platform, but it's not a through platform on either side. It's a terminus. And we're going on the left hand side because Annie and Clarabelle are on the right hand side. In fact, when we get there, Thomas should be just starting his run round, heading towards the turntable, trying to keep the speed below 25. It is so difficult when we're going downhill. Oh, the signal's cleared. We'll be able to go straight through as Thomas has arrived at Minehead. Or he's gone past the home signal from Minehead. That's good. I won't have to cut any more video out. Right. 4.2 miles to Minehead, 1 mile to Blue Anchor. This is a long straight section. There's the fixed distance for Blue Anchor. Are we still going downhill? I think so. Yep, we are. I need to start going down to 10 miles an hour soon. Which is what the speed will go through Blue Anchor Station. Oh, we're going uphill by the look of it. There we go, round this bend. Then we're at Blue Anchor. After Blue Anchor there's just Dunster and then Minehead, which is quite fun. So, a grand total of 3 more stations. We'll have to see next week which way Diesel will be facing when he steals Annie and Clarabelle. There's the 10. It's 10 miles an hour because it's a facing point on a curve. Don't want to have an issue. And whole train is over the point. We can just go straight through. Obviously the signalman is handing us the token without us stopping here. The crossing gates are open. That crossing that we're going over is controlled from the signal box, which is there. There's the signal box just after the station building. We're speeding up. Don't want to be speeding up. Over the road that goes out to the coast, and then over the trailing point. Once we're past the 10, there's the Bristol Channel, and over that way is Wales. Or is it that way? About that way, I think. South Wales. Okay, we can now speed up until we get to Dunster, when we've got the slowest crossing on the line, which is 5 miles an hour. There we go. signal at Minehead is green. Thomas will be in the run round loop on the upper platform while we enter Minehead. I could have done this intermingled with the Thomas ones, but I wanted to do it so that each video followed on with the same engine. So if you've watched the entire series, thank you for that, but you will know what next week's video is. Basically, Diesel stealing Annie and Clarabelle. It's the bits in between that you don't see from the Thomas view, but you do see from Diesel's view. That's what I wanted to do, the Diesel ones separately. Because while I could have combined them and done it that way, I thought the idea of having Thomas and Diesel videos going separately or doing them alternating would have been a bit bad, whereas recording them one after the other, though I'm not actually doing them all together, basically having it so that all of the Thomas ones and then all of the Diesel ones were done, it's a bit different. If I do this again in the future, they will be alternated. Thomas then Diesel, then Thomas then Diesel. But for now, I've done it each engine, or each engine's set together. Here's Dunster, which we are slowing down for. 10 miles an hour at first. That's a modern speed limit sign. Try and maintain 10 mile an hour until we get to the end of Dunster station, when we have to go down to 5. Come on, slow down, Diesel. Still going a bit too quick. This is a nice little station. Grass platform, or grass covered platform. Get down to the 5. There's There's the whistle board. The reason this is a 5 is because it's an open crossing. One person waiting on this side. Two people waiting on this side. Even though that car's... okay. Weird. Oh, there's now 2 people. 2 people on each side. Back to this side. I don't have to worry about whistle signs anymore, because there aren't any. And as soon as I'm able to, I will go up to 25 miles an hour. I knew exactly when to do that, which is why I said that exactly then. Hello, yellow car. You were waiting at the crossing. There we go. There's the engineering siding, which we don't have to use at any point. And Diesel's speeding up still. That yellow car's disappeared now. Less than a mile before the level crossing at Minehead. And then we'll be routed into the down platform. One mile to the stop to where we have to stop. Hope you've enjoyed this video. I wanted that side. It's... ow. Whacked my elbow then, that wasn't good. As I was saying, I hope you've enjoyed this video. It's been different to driving Thomas. It's nice having a journey that's mostly non-stop. Yes, I've had to stop a couple of times. 2 of which were officially for token change. And then we'd got a pause at Crocombe Heathfield because Thomas was still in section. And you can't have 2 trains in the same block section. There's Butlins. How far away are we? Okay, start slowing down. There's the warning board at the crossing. See if I can see Thomas yet. Yes. I can just about make him out. He's blue. Crossing light flashing, we've got a yellow and we're going to the left. If I go this side, we'll see Thomas in a loop. Cross over the main road with quite a few cars waiting. What about on this side? Wow, it's a busy road. past the wagons. And then down into the down platform. Let's increase speed a little bit. Whistle at the signalman. There's Thomas. Ready to be turned on the turntable. And he's in blue. Hello, Thomas. I've brought a demonstration goods in. Do you want to take over? I want to do a passenger train. There he goes. First time we see Thomas in the entire video, and we're at the terminus. Right. We want to stop as close to the stop point as possible. Just like that. Oh, we slid. And we get a load of exhaust in the face as the timetable bit ends. Let's see how well I did. Doesn't actually show speeding, so I could have gone it much quicker. Bishop's Lydiard 1.15 yards away. Willerton 3.5 yards away. Minehead 1.64 yards away. Platinum. Medal. Objective completed 250. Distance driven 5,785. That's action points. Correct car setup not applicable. Use safety systems not applicable. Speeding 0. So I could have gone faster and not worried. No wipers in the rain, not applicable. On time bonus, not applicable. Accuracy bonus 477. Coupling, no worries. Hard impact, nothing. Junction changes, 0. Left vehicle unsafe, 0. So, that's the first of 6, because I'm going to combine some of them, diesel timetable videos. I'll show you the timetable once it loads up. Next week is diesel taking Annie and Clarabelle. That is definite. I know that one because you see Thomas, or you see it happen when you're driving Thomas. There are a few that I will have to combine because they're just not enough time, or they're not long enough to make decent length videos. And I'll say which ones they are once it loads up. It's just taking a few seconds longer than normal. Strangely enough, I've got all 3 of those locos because I bought the pack version of the game. Right, you got Diesel at the turntable. That's where he steals Annie and Clarabelle. Then Diesel parking at Willerton I will add on to at the turntable. Diesel timeout. Diesel Minehead to Bishop's Lydiard. That means you're going back to Minehead. And then back to Bishop's Lydiard. Diesel turnaround. And then Bishop's Lydiard to Minehead, and Minehead stabling will be combined. Basically, there's another 5 videos. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then all of the Thomas at West Somerset Railway will be done. So, thank you for watching. Hope you've enjoyed this one. If you have, please click the thumbs up button. And if you're new to the channel, please consider subscribing. I will be doing more real railway, model railway, train sim, and miscellaneous videos over the coming weeks and months. And I try to release videos on a Monday, Wednesday and Friday at 5 PM. Sometimes I'm a bit late, but I do try to do 3 videos a week. So, until Monday, be seeing you.